welcome back, everybody. It's game number 2 here as part of the South Range Holiday Hoops Classic, 6th annual one. As this one, another AAC team in the Austintown Fitch Falcons taking on the Garrettsville Garfield Lady G-Men. As went out of Portage County, the G-Men had come out with a shot out of the gates, knocking it down. As Zoe May with the shot, Kaylee Tasker, Mandy Cardinal, Kaylin Tasker, Zoe May, and Juliana Genovese, the starters for the G-Men. Destiny McCullough, Desaya Donlow, Ayla Ray, Sammy Severn, and Rachel Spalding, the starting 5 for the Falcons. Rachel Spalding gives to the far corner. Ayla Ray there, attempts the corner 3, couldn't convert it. Rebound Donlow. Severn cuts the baseline, gets back out. Donlow swings at McCullough, goes on an attack into the post, up with the shot and through. Fitch on the board. Both teams exchange buckets early on. That one tipped, stolen away, ends up with Rachel Spalding. Spalding to Ayla Ray. Ayla passes to the near corner and Severn. Severn feeds to Rachel Spalding. Ty Bartell joined with Anthony Hartwig, and all day of action here from South Range High School. Bounce pass, Severn, pump fakes from the corner, drives in, kicks out, extra pass to Ayla Ray, shot up, left on the iron. Rebounded by Garfield.
Garfield getting a shot from Zoe May early. That's good news for the G-Men. Anyone that scores outside of Mandy Cardinal is good news for Garfield.
Mandy Cardinal on the attempt on the iron, rebounded. Rachel Spalding running the floor, coast to coast, take in. She makes it. Rachel Spalding was player of the game interview for Fitch in last year's games at South Range here. Might be something with the Thriller Dome that gives her a mojo here, as she gets the first bucket for herself in this game and gives Fitch their first lead, 4-3. Mandy Cardinal so dynamic with her moveset, but she gets it jammed in the side of the iron.
You know, what else can happen today? You know, we've had just a string of everything.
Aside from the fact that it got lodged into the iron, I like the movement from Mandy Cardinal. She is so good in that post, from low post at the blocks to the high post at the elbows. She has such good footwork and able to move with and without the ball inside that post to be so effective as a presence.
By the way, that goes down as a jump ball. That's why possession goes back to Fitch.
No doubt. Good call on that one, Ann. McCullough to Ayla Ray in the far corner. Nice pass to the wing. Extra pass to Rachel Spalding, creating an open look at Spalding splash.
That was well-executed half-court play. They had Spalding on the block. They screened her to the corner, and Garfield did not rotate enough to get there, so Spalding with the open look.
Spalding got her paw on it temporarily. Garfield recovers. Cuts from the wing to the elbow. Beautiful bounce pass. Mandy Cardinal says, give me the contact with that.
Yeah, that's a good start for Garfield, getting her inside. She can work inside. She can bring the ball down. She does a lot of everything this year for the G-Men.
Fitch coming in 6-3, coached by Coach Dan Horacek, another new coach for Fitch, but he's been someone that's been in that program for years. He loves Austintown as a program, as a school, and for Fitch, they really feel like they got a guy that is going to be good for the future of this girls basketball team and finally give them some consistency and a culture foundationally to be on.
And what proves that he loves Fitch is he stayed loyal through a couple of coaching changes, you know.
Waited for his opportunity, and now he's finally got it, and he's making the most of it. 6-3, Fitch off to a great start to start the season. McCullough tries to recover it, able to do so, gets to Ayla Ray, bounce pass across the lane. It's out of bounds, though, on the bounce, back to Garfield.
That's too bad because they had Severn open in the corner.
As for Garrettsville Garfield, it's been quite some time since they've tasted defeats at the rate that they have. 1-5 they come into today with it. For Coach Gilbert, he's breathed so much success because of his consistency with that Garfield program. Looking to turn it around, still a lot of season left, and you can never count out the G-Men.
Garfield has 10 straight 15-plus win seasons.
Rachel Spalding with that bucket. That one obviously in a little bit of danger, but as Coach Gilbert will tell you, they've started slow before. If you remember, I think it was either last season or 2 seasons ago.
This was a turnaround 2 seasons ago.
They were able to get some wins and be able to kind of turn their season around. So this is.
I think it was Fort Fry was their first game here, and I remember that game because they gave up a last-second shot to lose that game, and they were below 500 at that point. They already lost to a couple of big conference games, and then They won their next game here, and then after that they went on a tear.
Not uncharted territory for the G-men. Ayla Ray on a bucket attempt. Couldn't find it from that corner. McCullough off the window does and gets the Fitch lead 2-5. They're bringing the press. Rachel Spalding with the steal into Laney Henning. Saved by McCullough. Spalding on the three. Left it short, and it bounced off the back iron. Second bounce was no good. Spalding, though, having herself a good opening quarter. She has 7 of the 11 points at her convenience. Shot attempt up by Mandy Cardinal. My goodness. Just when you think Mandy Cardinal couldn't get any better, she's gotten so much. She's so much well improved on that drive game now, being able to attack with the ball in hand. Not that she didn't have that before, but she's just refined that skill. Ayla Ray, second chance attempt, got her own board, put it through as Ray gets on the scoreboard for her first one. Ayla Ray on that post defense, going to step up on that far perimeter. Oh, nice steal. Spalding gets her hand on it. Excuse me, that's Kylie Folkwine got her hand on it, and the push called. Kylie Folkwine, you were saying too, and you were talking with her a little bit before.
Yep.
She said she was coming back this game. We were kind of expecting January for her return, but she comes a little bit early here at the end of December, comes back to the Falcons.
This is a game where they're probably going to watch her minutes the next 2 days. January might be where she returns to what you expect out of her, minutes-wise, starting-wise. Coming off the bench today.
Steal from Ayla over a coast-to-coast try, and she gets fouled on the other end. We'll step to the line for 2.
They're probably going to ease her into things. Watch her minutes. It's coming off that ankle injury. And then, in January when AAC play starts, that's when you want her at full strength.
Garfield donning the all-white unis with the yellow coloring and the black numbers and a little bit of yellow trim as well. Fitch in the navy blues with the red numbering and white trim.
Broadcasters are happy that Garfield is the home team because their away jerseys are awesome, but they're not awesome to see from up here in the mezzanine.
15-8, Fitch with the lead. I do like the Fitch unis too, just because
Yes.
the YSN color scheme too
Yeah.
of red, white, and blue. You can't go wrong with it. And a blocking foul called on the G-men.
That's going to be one that drives coaches nuts. It's a foul that was 90 feet away from the basket. You don't want that kind of foul charged to you.
Kaylin Tasker got called for it. It shows sportsmanship, too, between her and Destiny McCullough on the floor. 2.5 to go. First minute of play. Fitch finds themselves in front by 7. Falcons marked as the guests on the scoreboard here at South Range. Garfield, the home team. Laney Henning keeps her dribble and kept her footing through it. Ayla Ray in that far corner again. She tries again. Can't find success with that shot attempt. Give her credit. She's getting some open looks, and she keeps on trying. But every shot, it feels like just a little bit wide to the right. She's hoping to find the bottom. That's the thing, though. You can't ever waver Ayla Ray's confidence as an athlete. There's nothing wavering her confidence. Kick to the top. Sammy Severn goes wide right on the attempt. Destiny McCullough spinning the lane. Kick out. Three-pointer up. In and out for Folkwine. Rebound McCullough. She is just a glass eater right now. Ayla Ray in and out. Rebound by Fitch as McCullough caught it off one of the Garfield players, but it stayed in bounds. It goes out of bounds, and I think they kept it with Fitch.
They did.
Wow. Destiny McCullough creating 4 extra possessions in this set for Austintown. Ayla from the wing goes on attack into the crowd. Kicks out Severn. Swing over McCullough, under 2 minutes to play, first half. Pass a little bit wide, Spalding recovers. McCullough back to Rachel Spalding. Rachel Spalding, almost half the points for the Falcons here in the first. Kylie Folkwine, dribble to the wing, bounce pass across the lane to Severn, give up to Rachel Spalding. Oh, nice avoidance of the hand, put up the shot in and out of the iron, rebounded by Garfield. G-men try to run it. Ray look to poke it away. Pulled the hands back too to avoid the foul. Shot in the lane. Foul drawn there though. It's Garfield. Riley Grace able to draw it. And she'll step to the line for 2. Garfield showing themselves a good first quarter. And they're doing a good job defensively too. And holding the Falcons down and within striking distance. First one off iron. Try to convert at least one of two at the stripe now. Empty trip that time for the G-men. Hate to see that for Garfield. They'll try to get it on the defensive end, but Fitch finds the open pass too. 7 on the block, and she converts.
Lead starting to pull away just a little bit.
Lead at 9. 50 seconds to go in the first. Mandy Cardinal has to give it up. They break the press, get it to the other side, kick to the baseline, back out to Cardinal. Cardinal backs out from the drive, and beautiful give up that time to Colby Fresh.
I like that play design there. Colby Fresh executed it well, and the nice time pass from Mandy Cardinal. Garfield's down 7 right now, but I think Aaron Gilbert has to be really happy with how his team's playing.
Ayla Ray with it. Pass over to Severn. Severn from the far wing into her dribble. Now McCullough has it. Falcons likely to hold for the last shot. Coach Horacek calling for them to settle down, hold it. 10 seconds and ticking. Fitch into motion from the set. Severn tries to drive in, kicks out McCullough from the top, crosses over to her right, drives into the lane, puts up the shot, draws the foul in the final seconds.
We're going to have free throws right before the end of the first quarter, as that was a heck of a drive from McCullough. Her speed, hard to defend.
Worked so hard on her dribbling moves over her high school career. And 2 free throws coming up in an empty box where McCullough has 0 showing on the first quarter. So a chance for Fitch to extend their lead before the technical end of the first. First free throw, though, a little strong for Destiny. McCullough, though, empty trip on this end, so the score will stay what it's at a 7-point advantage for Fitch. First 8 minutes in the books here from game number 2 at the South Range Holiday Hoops Classic. Ty Bartel, Anthony Hartwig.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
We sell taste one bite at a time at Valeria. Bite into a taste sensation. Bite into a taste delight. Good food and fun and combination. One bite at a time till it's out of sight. We sell taste one bite at a time at Valeria.
Start of the second quarter here from South Range High School as Garfield and Fitch in a nice close battle after a quarter. 7-point lead for the Falcons. They get a turnover though. Ayla Ray in the transition game, little strong on the attempt. Rebounded McCullough out to Laney Henning from the top. She drives into the paint, put it on the rim, touched every part of it and fell through. Bucket for Laney Henning. Destiny McCullough really putting up a force in the boards category.
And you know what I love about that is Destiny McCullough is a player that also knows what to do with the ball when she has it. She's a good ball handler. So when you have a player like that that is also really good at rebounding, you don't have to worry about, you know, someone getting stuck in the paint trying to find an outlet pass to get it to a better ball handler.
Henning with the wing, kicks it out to McCullough. Pass
you want to see way more ball pressure than you're seeing from Garfield.
Ayla Ray tries again from that wing to corner area. Couldn't find the bottom.
It's a walk.
And yeah, unfortunate traveling violation. You don't want to have those kind of turnovers here. As trying to mount a comeback, the G-men too, that kind of derails momentum you're trying to build on.
It's a very young G-Men team, and you're going to have to accept mistakes like that. It's going to happen.
Offensive board, Ayla Ray tries it again. That one left off the window. And a rebound by Mandy Cardinal. Running in transition, Tasker. Aylin Tasker picks up the dribble. Has to go somewhere. Bounce passes that one into the Falcons, taken away by Donlow. They get it to Severn, the speedy Severn, other side. Overran, though, the glass. And it taken away by Tasker again. Falcons too excited, too. A step ahead of themselves on the transition take. Oh, beautiful grab and an open lane, but it's in and out. Garfield's Kobe Fresh. You can't get any more unlucky than that.
No.
2 ticks over 6 to go here in the first half. As Charlie Hill has checked in for the G-Men. Lady G-Men still within a single-digit deficit, but at risk of falling deep behind the Falcons here before halftime. This is kind of like a crossroads point for Garfield.
Yeah, it's one of those turning points in the game. You know, this can go either way. It can be Garfield staying in striking distance, or Fitch can start to run away with it.
Kayliana Ray gets her first bucket of the game. Younger sister of Ayla getting first minutes of this one. Traveling violation is called, though, as G-Men called for their second travel.
And they're starting to waver
the
a
second
little
quarter.
bit. A couple of unforced turnovers. Garfield has had games like this where they start to play well, and then they have this stretch in the game where they just have a couple of mental errors and the other team runs away with it.
A turnaround jumper for Kylie Folkwine gets the bucket and gets the lead extended once again for Fitch now to 13 as number 13 gets her first bucket of the basketball season. Timeout on the floor by Coach Aaron Gilbert. We'll take one with them at 5:21 left to go.
Focus Pizza, your high school football headquarters. Come in after the game or watch the game live with us, and you can get a free appetizer with any large pizza purchase. That's any Cocos Pizza dine-in location. Cocos Pizza, we serve it hot.
American Beacon, LLC. Custom raised garden beds, landscapes, and hardscapes. And this Christmas season, we'll make sure Santa can't miss your house. American Beacon, LLC. Give us a call.
Second quarter out of the timeout. It's a 13-point lead for the Falcons as the G-Men, Lady G-Men of Garrettsville Garfield, trying to trim into this deficit. They were competitive in that first quarter, but falling behind a bit more here in the second. That one, a loose pass taken away. McCullough, full head of steam, kicking it into an extra gear. Overran the bucket a little bit, didn't matter. Contorts her body to make the shot. Lead to 15. Corner tried to pass. Lainey Henning got her hands on it. Henning out to Kayliana Ray. Kayliana Ray, an open lane, puts it up and through.
This is that stretch I was talking about where Garfield starts to just make some really mental mistakes, and Fitch taking advantage of each one of them.
Kayliana Ray is an athlete that a lot of people in Austintown are excited about. Still excited to see her play her first softball season, 3-sport athlete, volleyball, and obviously basketball included in that, but another one of the Rays, too, that are coming through the ranks and looking to be a top talent.
What's scary is she's probably faster than Ayla.
And what you might see at that softball level is scary.
She might not have the average, batting average that Ayla will get, but you're going to have a lot of infield singles, I'll tell you that much.
As the shot attempt, Kylie Folkwine decided to take it. Ray gets the board. Kayliana gets tied up and taken away. Mandy Cardinal just uses her size and strength and says, I'll take that. Saved by Fitch, but it goes in the hands of Garfield, but only temporarily as McCullough comes away with it.
Mandy Cardinal is really the backbone of this Garfield team.
McCullough to Henning, and Henning with the bucket on the assist from Destiny. McCullough's kind of doing everything else, not doing it too much in the scoring column, but she's passing the ball. She's getting a ton of rebounds as well.
She's getting extra possessions for Austintown Fitch. Is what she's doing really well.
And it's helping build this lead right now that you're seeing. As the lead down to 17 after the bucket ends the run from the Falcons.
It's a 12-0 run for Austintown Fitch.
Loose laces on the floor, and McCullough going to check out. Rachel Spalding to check in. She had a really good first quarter of play, did Rachel Spalding. Spalding to Folkwine. Henning gives way to Kayliana Ray. Couple jab steps. They swing it back over to Spalding. Spalding gets it back. Has a lane. Split the defense and put it through. Oh, what a cut, Rachel.
Wow. That was just seeing a gap in the zone and just hammering it with aggressiveness.
Confidence, too. Spalding wastes little time getting her first bucket of the second quarter as she checked back in.
So far, this quarter has been dominated by Fitch, 14-2.
The thing Coach Horacek loves about it, the fact that maybe he was a little bit limited in the first few games, is he's been able to develop a lot of talent, and he's excited about the depth that this Falcons team has this year, especially with Folkwine coming back. Severin tries to get around, and they say an offensive foul. Severin kind of hooking that arm around the defensive player. They allow you some contact, but you can't hook a body. You can't hook the arm around the body.
They honestly could have gotten on her, or there was also, in my opinion, a little bit of a moving screen on that possession too. So they had their options on who they could call for that foul, but they do give it to Severin.
Deep pass, touchdown variety, and it goes to Folkwine on the interception. Folkwine bounces
Didn't know
it.
that Folkwine was playing free safety.
No doubt, as Kayliana Ray.
Call Coach Parker, tell him, be like, hey.
Just getting buckets.
You need a free safety, we got you covered.
2:15, second quarter, stolen away. Fitch gets it. Kayliana Ray has it, gives it up to Spalding. Liz Spalding, or excuse me, Caitlin Bauer, excuse me.
Coach Herrenberger might have a problem with her playing free safety in the fall.
Caitlin Bauer goes to Ray, finding Severin. Severin drives with her right, kicks out Bauer. Bauer to Liz Spalding, also checking in.
Spalding
puts it off the glass, rebounded by Cardinal. Post Spalding showing athleticism. Whistle on the transition and a push called on Fitch.
I guess there's a reason why he's named after a basketball.
Yeah, exactly. Spalding's history at Fitch goes about as deep as the Mariana Trench, really. There's a lot of Spaldings that have gone through Austintown, two talented Spaldings as well in multiple sports.
Diving is certainly allowed in the pool.
Cardinal passes to the post. It was tipped. Oh, Kayliana Ray. Really showing good defensive skill. A no-look pass, Ray to Liz Spalding. They kick it out to Severin. Extra pass, Bauer, open look inside the three-point line. Couldn't convert.
I like that extra pass, though, getting the open look.
Active hands, both Spalding and Bauer go for the jump ball. They get it. That's just the makeup of this Fitch team. Filled with a lot of kind-hearted young ladies, too. They show aggressiveness, but as soon as they knock you down, they're both there to pick you back up. That's the makeup of the Austintown Fitch Falcons.
We'll be your friend while we're dominating you physically.
Bounce pass into the lane. Oh, what a block, though. The denial that time. Andy Cardinal.
Good pass, good defense from Cardinal. Good on both sides there.
Andy Cardinal. Perfectly executed block, looking to pass it in. Has to go deep. Kayliana Ray cuts it off again. Kick
no
to
one
Spalding.
moved to the ball. That was the problem in that inbound. Everyone was moving laterally back and forth, but no one moved towards Cardinal to give her an easier pass.
Bauer pump fakes, kicks over Spalding. Or Severn, excuse me. Severn to McCullough. Now to Liz Spalding. Passing around the perimeter, staying patient. The Falcons look to cut it up, get to McCullough, find Kayleana Ray. Ray using her speed, attacks the baseline. Pass goes to Bauer, kick it back out. Severn with a running floater in the lane, too strong off the window. Got her own board, trying to keep away from the active hands, but Garfield gets the jump ball call and gets the possession back at 35.7 to go in the half.
Garfield's zone has to do a lot better job of filling these gaps because there are just too many open driving lanes in their 2-3 zone right now.
Again, the deep pass to no avail as McCullough selling with her hands and her eyes, but couldn't finish the bucket. Cardinal secures the rebound after 2 attempts by Fitch. She's bringing it up herself. Cardinal stops at the wing, lost the handle, lost her footing, and the Falcons come away with it with a hustle steal. McCullough has it off the steal from Bauer, put it up and put it in on the other end. What a take by McCullough. Tough one as well. 7 seconds to go. Able to get that pass out. Ball goes out of bounds.
You look at that, they're inbounding. They have 2 people down there, but they all both run away from the ball. They're making the pass harder. You got to cut in towards your inbounder and try to get to the ball to give her an easier spot. I mean, you're just not making things easy on the inbound plays.
Turnaround jumper, Severn puts it off the window and through.
Why not?
Cap off a first half emphatically for the Falcons as they take a big lead into the halftime locker room. We got a 10-minute break here on the network. And hey, Gary Leininger, the man, the myth, the legend, the photogenic genius, has just stepped into the Thriller Dome. Ty Bartell, Anthony Hartwig. We're back with the second half of this one after.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our Valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the Valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Welcome to the Bunker and Double Bogies, the area's largest indoor entertainment destination. Our 2 bars, 3 dining rooms, and 2 private event rooms offer lunch and dinner, daily happy hour specials, and live entertainment to keep the party going. And with 50-plus courses, soccer, zombie golf, and carnival games, our 10 simulator bays offer fun for everyone. Date nights, private parties, family time. At the Bunker and Double Bogies.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Going the extra mile means doing more for the people who matter most to you. It's how you take care of your family and how you care for yourself. How hard you work on the job and how hard you play with others. How you help the person next to you and the people who need you. At Greenwood Chevrolet, we know going the extra mile is about more than what we do at our dealership. It's what you do after you leave.
Before the lights come on before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
The environment in the hospital can be very intense for a patient. Being able to put a smile on their face brightens up my day. I go to Youngstown State University and my passion is nursing. What I love about studying nursing is that it takes you out of the classroom and into the lab. It's really hands-on. The professors here push you to be your absolute best, so if you want it, you gotta work hard for it. I am so excited about my future. I'm Shantiana and I am why I'm proud.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Flynn. Hi, this is Steve Versetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience, WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Nestled here in the beauty and splendor of Mill Creek Metro Parks are two of America's best golf courses, as selected by Golf Week magazine. Ranked number 9 in Ohio by TripAdvisor. Come play like a pro on these award-winning Donald Ross-designed courses. Enjoy a round with your kids and unwind with your favorite food and drinks in the grill room. For championship golf, look no further than your backyard. Mill Creek Golf Course.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoning County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update. Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
De-stress. De-ache. Detoxify after a long, stressful day. Calm your mind. Relax your body. You deserve it. With prices starting as low as $89 per month, anyone can afford the spa or sauna of their dreams at Burnett Pool Spas and Hot Tubs.
Burnett Pools, we've got it all.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINS.com or find us on Facebook.
A doctor you can rely on. The customized care you've been looking for. The power of care is nothing without hope. And our primary care services were created with true, whole person healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian
Hi,
Health.
I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
We know when it comes to insurance, you have so many choices,
But if you're looking for someone who lives in your community, someone who cheers for your community, and someone who works for your community like you're part of our family, well then please let us introduce ourselves. Hi, we're Heiner Insurance. How can we help?
Tiger's got 152 yards. Should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Commercial or residential, 24/7. Call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike.
It's time.
Guidance and support that improves your quality of life. It's the foundation of what we've done for nearly 50 years. The power of care is nothing without hope, and our counseling services were created with true healing in mind. Find your hope at Meridian Healthcare.
It's time. It's time.
Coca's Pizza, your high school football headquarters. Come to our Boardman location and pregame with us with dollar beers starting at 3 p.m. Also want to stay and watch the game? We'll have it live for you. That's Coca's Pizza Boardman. We serve it hot.
Start of the second half here between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Garrettsville Garfield Lady G-Men. Falcons up 38-12 after a half. It was capped off by a Sammy Severn half-court heave off the window for a bucket. In between the half-court line and the three-point arc, deep three-pointer by Severn. In the last seconds to extend that lead for Fitch. Far corner three as Rachel Spalding couldn't convert, but there is Destiny McCullough, another offensive board. Touch pass from Severn. Spalding on the cut, the basket attempt in and out of the glass. Rebound that time by Donlow. Another offensive board, another look. Severn on the nice give up to McCullough. What a pass by Severn to McCullough. Bucket for Fitch. And the lead extends even further for Austintown. 28-point lead for the Falcons. Over the top, it's knocked out of bounds by Garrettsville Garfield.
Remember, this game was 17-10 after 1 quarter of play.
That second quarter was huge for.
Yep.
It was technically, too. I mean, it was 38. So, I mean, you're talking about a 21-2 quarter then for Fitch in the second. Nice double shown there. Forced it out of the hands. As Garfield gets it to Zoe May. May bringing it across.
May opened the game with a 3 to give Garfield a 3-0 lead.
You thought the momentum was starting to be generated, but then Fitch able to pump the brakes on that and get a lot of transition buckets off good defense. We saw similar things with Boardman. Shot attempt, it's knocked loose, ends up with McCullough, and Severn emerges from the pile. Look at the speed of Sammy Severn. She's like, excuse me while I kick on the turbo.
They're going to need that speed all in this AAC. We talked about it with the Boardman game, but you look at the speed of those teams in Howland, Boardman, and Canfield already have.
We just saw Mackenzie Riccatelli boat race.
Riccatelli, Treveri is a speed demon for Canfield. Howland has Masucci. You're going to need that speed to beat all three of those teams.
Pass from Severin, and Ayla Ray draws the contact. Sammy Severin, when the ball is in her hands, can act as a very good point guard for the Falcons. She can be a good off guard as well in the shooting guard variety. Severin, though, no matter what sport it is that she's participating in, she's very good at doing whatever you need her to do and executing it to the highest level.
Swiss Army knife of an athlete for sure.
As that bucket up and through. You often called her one of the most important and influential players on that state title run in softball for Fitch last year.
She was in that 6th spot in the lineup, and she kind of divided the power that Fitch had at the bottom to reset the first, half of the lineup, and then obviously 1 through 5 was so hard to pitch to. But that 6th spot to make a bridge. I call her to the bridge all the time, and she did that so well.
Lead up to 32. Second potential game that could have a running clock in force if the Falcons can extend this a little bit further.
Yeah, they are, 3 points away from the running clock.
Garfield trying to avoid it with a 3-point shot. It's off the iron, no good, short. Fitch gonna have an open lane. Spalding to Ray, right at the rim. That'll be good for 2. Falcons now have settled in and looking very similar to how Boardman looked in their game against Struthers. Mismatches in both contests, so you consider both teams were favorites heading into their respective games, but very similar looking ways these teams have won against their opponents, or winning ahead, I should say, for Fitch against their opponents.
Both teams that had big leads had a really kind of a slow start.
It was slow starts, and then it was the defense that gave them the offensive jolt, and then shots started falling in the half court, and then all of a sudden you blink your eyes, and then you're down by a huge margin.
And both, by the way, just to harp in this point, both of them are upper division teams against lower division teams that are struggling
very
with depth.
Young.
Struggling with depth.
And very young right now, too.
Garfield doesn't have a lot to go off the bench, and Struthers only came in with 8 players available, and 2 of them got hurt during that game. So really 6 players available for a lot of that contest.
A bucket here for Fitch will extend that lead to the 35 threshold. That will enact a running clock in this one.
South Range coaching legend Dave McCoon as a scoreboard operator today. You look at the boys basketball record books and coaching, and his name pops up quite a bit. Back in the 90s.
2-pointer up and through, swish for ace, Ayla Ray. Running clock will be in force now at 4:12 and ticking here in the third, as the clock will stop by timeouts, injuries, and, of course, if you get it under the 30-point threshold. 35 for the running clock to start, under 30 to get it to stop. Mandy Cardinal to inbound for Garrettsville Garfield. Pass goes to the post, knocked out of bounds again, and I think they say Fitch ball, and it is.
Yeah, that time actually, Mandy Cardinal actually did have someone cut towards her. Would have been an easier throw, but I think she's so used to having to make the difficult pass that she forced it inside into the post that time. Kind of like the quarterback that's been pressured all day, all of a sudden speeding things up. I think that's what happened there to Cardinal on the inbound.
As the 3-point attempt left well short that time for Severn and the Falcons. Is Kaylin Bauer has checked back in for Fitches. Kayleana Ray also in. So both Rays on the floor with Kylie Folkwine, Lainey Henning, and Bauer. Other side for Garfield, you see Charlie Hill as well as Caitlin Tasker, Mandy Cardinal, along with Kaylee Tasker. And rounding things out, it's Colby Fresh. Shot attempt knocked loose. Bauer gets tied up with it, tries to pass it out, but a jump ball is called, and the possession arrow leans the way of Austintown. Checkmate, I believe Garfield. Keep it with Garfield. Now, wait. Now, one of the officials, I think, is saying call was for Fitch. No, I think there was a tie-up with the possession arrow at the operator's table, as was looking at it, the near side official, and I think he kind of got confused because I think they flipped that arrow too quick. They were quick on that
Yeah.
button. He was calling it Fitch ball, and he was at him, and he was pointing to it again, but
Coach McCoon's quick with the buttons down there, man.
he's got on top of it. He got his morning cup of coffee.
Yeah, he's right there. He's like, okay.
90 seconds to go, third quarter of play. Nice pass into Cardinal. Cardinal from that right block puts up the shot, left it short. Laney Henning has the board, able to get around the pressure, running up the far sideline now. Henning stops, kicks over to Kayleana Ray. 75 seconds left in the third. Kayleana Ray, open look from distance, knocks it down. As Kay Ray for a bucket, and she's had quite a few of them too, as a knockdown three puts the Falcons up even further. Nice moves in the post, couldn't finish it. Folkwine gets it out to Ray. Kayleana Ray, full head of steam, no catching her now.
Told you she's fast.
And the run continues as a substitution coming in. In for Garfield, that's 24, Riley Grace. 25 seconds left in the third. Fitch with an emphatic advantage. Bauer picks her up at the wing. Losing the handle, Galen Tasker, but able to get it back. Off the tip, Tasker picked up the
5
dribble.
seconds,
And traveling violation called
travel.
too. Very close to the 5 second as well, but it forced the travel. Good job amping up the pressure as the clock expires with running clock enforced, and that'll do it here in the third. Falcons up big as we head into the final 8 minutes here on the network.
YSN is very important to me because it gives me a platform to talk about what I love and what I have a true passion for in life, and that is sports. The possibilities are just endless, and every day we continue to grow and get better. My name's Scotty Mitcher, and my sports network is your sports network.
Welcome back, everybody. Fourth and final quarter. Shot attempt from the Falcons early on as Henning couldn't finish, but the whistle blown on that end. And they call the foul on Kaylin Bauer. Another steal. Kayleana Ray looking. Ray, another bucket. Quick reaction time for Kayleana Ray, too, to immediately stop on a dime and kick it in reverse every time her team clinches a steal. Cut in, shot attempt, left short.
Garfield trying to get their first points since halftime. Cardinal going to the line to try to do it.
Next game slated on the docket for us at the varsity level will be the matchup between the Cardinal Mooney Cardinals and the Springfield Tigers girls basketball teams. Before the next one be between the Archbishop Hoban Knights and the Louisville Leopards varsity squad.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That'll be a fun one, no doubt. A midday main event almost, too, for day one here as Hoban looking really good to start the season. Couple free throw makes for Cardinal. Gets Garfield back on the board. Harris with the pass in, and look at Folkwine going up with pressure all around her for that bucket.
I like that. That tells me Folkwine has full confidence in her health right now. You know, some people come back from injury, get in a crowded space, try to do everything they can to get out of it because they don't really trust their footing yet. And Folkwine there just proving she's way past the injury mentally.
Talking to Folkwine, too, you can just tell she's been itching to get back out on the floor. This is a young lady that we talk about, a three-sport athlete that never stops. And, I mean, I'm talking multiple sports because of club ball and travel ball and all types of sports she plays outside of high school, too, in other organizations. Yep. She's always busy with either a practice or a game going on.
To line in that point, a couple weekends, she has a big softball event down in Alabama that she's going to be a part of. So there you go right there.
She's just got a busy schedule. She makes it all work. But when she had those things taken away because of the injury, you know she was kind of going crazy, too, not knowing what to do.
I guarantee she was still working. She was
to be.
Getting swings in, taking shots on the floor, you know, working on her form, whatever it took. She was still doing things and staying active.
Fitch up by a large margin. Looking to put the finishing touches on this one. 4.5 minutes to go. Harris with the steal. Harris kicks over. Kayleana Ray attacks the other side. And Kayleana Ray putting together a good resume for getting her first player of the game interview right now.
It's looking like Kmart today. Special K, 1K, 2K, 3K.
Drive to the lane. Shot is up and good as Haley Tasker knocks it down.
Nice. She got a ball screen, went right through it. That's the kind of stuff like Coach Gilbert has to see and be like, you have to bottle that kind of stuff and use it all the time.
Timeout taken. Tick over 4 minutes to play here in the fourth. Ty Bartel, Anthony Hartwig. We're taking a break as well.
Why is 21 News the watchdog station?
How come the equipment was purchased without knowing if it's compatible? Millions have gone to waste.
Seeing an uptick in check fraud.
We break down everything you need to know.
So none of the soil underneath the rail lines is contaminated. Pointing to several gaps in EPA data.
What can you say to the Youngstown community to ensure this is safe?
We'll continue to keep watch.
Conversations now. Back here in the fourth quarter, a runaway game. Second one consecutive here in the 6th annual South Range Holiday Hoops Classic as the Austintown Fitch Falcons up big against the Garrettsville Garfield Lady G-Men.
You got to remember, though, and this schedule was put together a long time ago. So there were a lot of people like Garfield Fitch. You look at like
it would have been an intriguing matchup.
Programs. You no one expected Garfield to have the struggles this year. So you come out and you go, oh, well, this all of a sudden turns into a mismatch.
Same thing with Struthers a year ago. You see what Struthers was, and you think Boardman Struthers is an intriguing matchup, but it just goes year to year to show for basketball. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get.
And last year on the girls' side, especially across the YSN family, the amount of really good basketball players we lost to graduation. Just a lot of teams in the same boat.
Push is called.
I just did Brookfield last night. No more Sophia Hook. You know, no more Kate Gibson. They're just trying to find some kind of identity. Obviously, Kaylee Woolman doing a good job down there. But there's a lot of teams in that area where they're just trying to find ways to supplement scoring. Mooney, who we're going to see, lost Maria Fire. Their leading scorer was gone. Springfield's leading scorer was gone. J.C. Mullen, she graduated. They also lost Maddie Lesnack, by the way, who is a great point guard for them. Western Reserve, no more Brooke Shantz. You know, list goes on and on.
First free throw attempt, no good. It's just been a rough go at it for the last 3 quarters.
Coleman lost 4 of their 5 starters. You know, Mary Brandt's back, but no more Katie McDonald, no more Ariana Daniels. You know,
this was a game that was 17-10 after the first quarter. Garfield has only been able to put together 6 points since the first. As
Garfield, Laura McCoy gone, Shirky gone. You know, a lot of really important pieces. Fogel not there anymore.
Kayleana Ray pass to that near corner. Just dishing the ball around, eating away some clock. Here are the Falcons, as they got to be happy with this performance. Got a lot of young players active and a lot of young players with some nice games to help boost their confidence. I think girls like you see Kayleana Ray having the game she has. This could be one of those games for her that kind of propels her for this entire second half of the season, confidence-wise, where she could be another viable threat off the bench for Fitch.
And boy, does Fitch need that. Because
you'll take as much as you can get in this
second
conference.
Half of the schedule is going to be brutal.
You got all conference games in the second half, too. Total of 8 for Fitch as foul is called. 2 free throw shots coming up for Maya Harris. As we're entering 65 seconds left in the game. Clock will tick through the free throw attempts, and this should take us very close to the conclusion of this one.
At least a 30-second mark, you got to think.
That one tipped. Kayleana Ray gets a steal to add to it with the pass out to Harris. Harris tries to finish. She'll get a foul and 2 more looks as the clock will expire.
Free throws in. You had 20 seconds to get them in. They might get. Oh no, they went to the line pretty quick.
Got to shoot them quick. No dribbles in between.
Nope, no dribbles. Just take it. Oh, 5 seconds. Will we have a buzzer beater free throw?
Buzzer.
A very rare buzzer beater free throw. Nope.
And that'll do it as the final here from South Range. The Austintown Fitch Falcons big win, 61-16 over Garrettsville Garfield. Fitch now goes to 7-3 on the season. Garfield falls to 1-6. Our next game coming up here shortly will be Cardinal Mooney against the Springfield Tigers girls basketball teams. Stay tuned with us here on ysnlive.com as we have full coverage of live games and more here from the 6th annual South Range Holiday Hoops Classic. Ty Bartel, Anthony Hartwig, we're back with the next game in just a couple of minutes here on
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.